I'm Ruthie, she, they, and I play Sentinel, she, they.
I'm Will, he, him, and I play Moxie, she, her.
I'm Imi, she, her, and I play Amaya, also she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him. I play Aura, he, him.
I'm Sarah, she, her, and I play Freya, she, her.
Hi, I'm Mike, he, him, and I'm playing Eugene Ballantyne, he, him.
I'm Charlie, he, him, and I'm your DM.
So,
It's like fishing.
your first day back in Dustmere was an eventful one. Why do I bother?
I'm stuck.
I want to go home.
And I want
Pack
to
it up,
go
everyone.
home.
Your first day back in Dustmere was an eventful one. Pulled into a meeting with Gaspar in his opulent estate, you told him of your own account of what happened. You spun a small story of finding a graven dead in the desert. He paid off your debts and bought your silence on the matter for a handsome sum of gold. And you were then met in Gaspar's halls by a keeper of the Apotheos, the divine arm of the Isildian rule. He told you the concord with the Syndicate gave him no jurisdiction in the city, but he'd heard rumours of a saviour of worship bordering on the heretic. But Duke Debiles was a supposed saviour. He lent you a writ from House Presage, the royal noble house, and promised you a real writ of his own hand should you help him. It turned out that Aura's father-in-law had been taken by a mysterious clockwork man, and you hunted down his letter to find that Aura's fiancé was gone. Safe, but gone. Soon after, you met with Caxaria Zaithwaite of the Syndicate, close friends of Sentinels. You bedded down in her hideout behind an inn, waking to a day of conspiracy and conspiring and theorizing. A huge roll of paper was thrown over a table, and for hours, wine was drunk, dots were connected, and Debiles, it seems, was trying to make people worship him for whatever reason. You saw the effects of the Debiles worship firsthand in two orphans. Eugene cast Detect Magic and saw threads of illusion looping from each person's head down into the ground. He found Askeal and his family leaving. You went shopping to prepare, and then you went to the entryway of the sewers with Clayton, who was all too eager to come with you. Eugene, you see a flicker of the greenish threads going down into the ground, passing like spider silk on the wind. Freya, you cast Augury. You ask if this excursion could possibly free the people of Dustmere from this enchantment, and the response that you got from the unknown was yes. So, what do you guys want to do?
I need to really quick run in and pick up some stuff before we go. I need to go get my thieves' tools. I need to go and borrow my wife's thieves' tools.
While Sentinel's doing that, while people were getting bits and pieces, Aura's come back with a large Hessian sack.
Oh, not a large Hessian sack.
Is it bigger or smaller than the box?
It's just like over his shoulder.
It's got like a
box
dollop
in a
size.
Hessian.
Finally caught up with those meddlesome kids.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo's
Take that,
alternative
kids.
ending.
And while doing that, he's going to pull out 5 flasks of oil and 5 glass bottles.
It's not that kind of party.
There's no pie.
And he's got
Party is
some
still-
scraps of some just offcuts of fabric, and is going to start making Molotov cocktails.
Okay, you,
Hopefully with
Sentinel,
Eugene's help.
we spoke about this before, so you're going to make your way in and roll investigation check, because Kaz is not in, so you need to try and find some thieves' tools, and you need to roll a...
Can I do it with Eugene's help?
Sure.
Eugene
I
wants to
would,
help.
but my hands are very sticky.
I'll roll
No, I will.
advantage then.
You can,
I'll
because
help.
you have you're proficient in...
Making
I don't know what
pet
finger
rods.
to use.
It would be tinkering tools, right?
I have tinker tools.
Yeah, so you can give this check advantage, but you're rolling without proficiency.
Okay.
because you're creating something.
What am I rolling?
So I'd say roll.
I'm pouring
overcooking
oil
this.
in a bottle.
I'm overcooking this. Just
and-
roll
and-
a dexterity check with proficiency.
with
Yeah.
advantage.
Yes.
Because I was doing this when I was writing my sweet note with all of the list of to-do
I don't wanna
lists
help with
that I
making
needed her to do.
bombs.
So a solid 12.
Please do. I rolled terribly.
Yeah, it takes you 5 or so minutes, and you find a collection of tools that you sort of gather together. And I don't know if you're proficient, but you have.
I
a
am proficient
you
in
are.
thieves' tools, that's why I wanted some.
Then you have got a collection of thieves' tools.
Thank
A
you.
little bit pulled together of random bits, different designs, but it works.
I go back to the note that I had written previously and add
that's gonna make it
TPPS. I think that's where I was up to. Borrowed some thieves' tools.
Do I have to roll for each one individually? No. Damn, that's a 9. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
How many were you trying to make?
5.
Okay, you make
Would it be
3,
individual?
and in your
Okay.
haste, you spill. You lose enough oil to make one, and you've got like one half made one. So you've got 3 full.
Okay, 3 full ones and a
Molotovs
half.
and a half, and the other one's a slippery mess of oil.
I don't guide you, but I do look over your shoulder and go, that's wrong.
I mean, all I wanted to do was pour oil into a bottle
Yeah,
and stick a piece of rag in the
But
top.
there's a you've got to be careful, because otherwise, if they go up sideways or down, it's all going to be leaking everywhere. So you need to do it in a fashion.
Okay, I will
Buy a
take
buy a
one.
funnel next time.
Exactly. Pouring oil from one bowl to another bowl is not an easy task.
I will.
Spoken like a man
I'll
with
give-
experience.
I'll take one. I'll give one to Freya, one to Amaya. Who wants a half one?
With the one you give me, I'm gonna be like, oh, what's this?
No! I know!
Like
I give Amaya the half one.
Amaya gets the half one.
Did you call it a cocktail?
No,
Eugene,
no.
no. Eugene, no.
Wait, can I drink this or
He
not?
called it a cocktail.
No.
I take the bit of rag
No.
out the top.
Why does it smell of... What have you put in there?
This
It-
doesn't
it's-
smell drinkable.
It's
I
not
wouldn't drink
drinkable.
But you called it a cocktail.
What's a Molotov?
It's a good point.
It's this guy down the street.
Boy, this guy with Molotov.
Just a Molotov, yeah.
I'm gonna just put the rag back in the top and put it down on the floor and be like,
I'm
So
pretty sure that will combust.
That's the
that's it,
point.
the idea is that if there's a creature down here in the dark, most things don't like fire, so you can light the rag and throw the bottle at the creature
Like some-
or in its way to stop it.
Like some sort of bomb.
Okay,
Almost.
guys, this is fascinating to watch. I really want to get down in there.
I forgot about
And
you.
then the other thing I want to take out of this sack is a hunting trap. Well, there's 2. I'm going to take one and give the other one to Amaya.
Okay.
What do I do with this?
Yeah,
Well,
but
you have a bomb and some sort
You
of
have
air
half
trap.
a bomb.
you have
Just carrying
you
them
have a
like
half
this.
bottle of oil and a rag, and you have a hunting trap.
I don't have time for this.
And I'm also going to give everyone except Clayton a piece of chalk.
I've run out of hands.
Just in
like
case,
legit run out of hands.
We might get turned around easily down here, so if we mark at junctions and that, we'll find our way back.
You seem
Would I-
cleverer than you should be.
It's alright, I know my way around these.
Aura's intelligence is based on that he's been alive for 5 years.
You are a very smart 5-year-old.
Clayton's going to try and
It's
pick a
more
lock.
in like he doesn't.
We opened it!
That's a 3.
We
Did
did
you?
open it,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Then he looks at the lock and starts unpicking it. He's like, fucking thing's open.
Do we still want to go with we're going to go down for an hour and then see where we're up to?
Yeah.
Do we still want to do that plan?
Well, we tried to do that once before. We just stayed down.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, yeah, but we might as well try this time.
Yeah, we can,
So yeah,
we can camp in the
it's
sewers.
it's getting.
I don't want to camp in the sewers. There is a lovely bed for me up here.
It's about late afternoon at this point, so getting on for sort of 3:30.
Oh my god,
Well,
should
it's
we
getting
wait?
close to dinner time.
Oh no!
You've all bought
There's some
food.
truffles
We
down
wasted
here.
about half an hour of you guys finding the rations.
Right, shall we go?
Let's go.
I'm gonna use disguise self because it lasts an hour and it isn't concentration to turn into myself, but with I don't know,
sticky hands.
What colour hair does Kaz got?
I think it's black. Let me check.
Yeah, I'll do myself with black hair. Nice. When it goes white, then we know that we need to make a decision.
Oh,
it's
good.
been an hour. That was the point.
Oh no,
Yeah,
she
that's
has
fine. I
pale
forgot
grey hair.
Oh no, it's the same colour as mine. It's black. It's like,
Black
my
hair.
hair goes from white to pale grey.
Can we quite see that in the dark?
No, that's why it's going to black.
Okay. Sentinel's hair goes black.
Do we want light?
Always.
Yeah, it's plain.
I will.
Plain as you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Clayton's speciality? Because I've forgotten.
You asking me?
Yeah.
He's actually. Oh, you probably know. He was a thief, so he's a sneaky boy.
Okay. I'll just. For now, I'll just cast light on the sword, and the whirl with the sword will just it'll just go like the orange like embers.
Yep, sure. So the hollow in the middle of the blade starts glowing. The gate is open, and what are you guys doing? You going down?
Let's go.
Can I listen?
Sure.
I
Roll a
wanna
perception
listen
check.
down the thing. Yeah, that's right.
I turn to Azeel and I go, you might want to stay up on the shoulders for this one. I do not want you. Is that a 20?
Is that
It's
a
a
20?
natural 20.
Very nice. I mean,
My hearing.
Freya hears the end
Yes.
of the campaign.
Yeah, it's not good.
you feeling like gripping onto your hair a little bit.
Yeah.
Natural 20. What's total?
A lot.
Like
26?
40.
26, yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 20. Does anyone care?
So inside is a dim space with steps that run down. They're all clogged with sand. The sand gathers in the bottom of this small place. There are barrels. Some of them have been smashed. Some have also been filled with sand. And you can see, I think we mentioned last time, there are two tunnels. One of them goes off to the left, and you can see a faint light coming through it. That's very sand clogged, but there is light at least shining through it from a distance away. And then on the right, it's a thick wooden door. It's slick with damp, but it's solid, and there's no light coming through that. And with that roll, you can hear a very faint dropping of water. It's from the other side of the door.
Right.
And you can hear a very faint dripping of water, and you can smell the moisture in there compared to out here. There is a slight moisture in the air.
From memory, from when I've been through these tunnels before, we're going right. I think that's
Through
what I
the
said
door.
last time. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going out of the city, and that's pointless.
Okay.
Okay.
Soggy
And
way
we saw
it is.
Eugene saw the threads going down.
That's the
deep in.
point.
Yeah, so you saw them. They do go down around there, but it's not like you're not following the trail of the threads. It's like everyone that Eugene looks at, you can see a thread coming off their head, and it goes down into the ground.
Oh, so it's not giving like a direction, it's just going straight down.
And every now and again, one of them will drift across, and it will go down. It looks like it's going down into the ground, but it's as they move and as something moves them about, So it's not, you're not following them exactly.
Cool.
Okay. So,
Everybody in?
Yeah, let's go.
okay, you go down into the small space.
How bad does this smell?
It's all right. It's not too bad at the moment. A little bit damp. It's kind of a strange smell for you guys. You haven't smelt moisture probably since the desert when you were in that tomb with the fountains at the entrance with the silence puzzle.
Yeah.
I put the grate back on, but I don't lock it.
Sure. Squeaks shut, and you make your way to the door, and it is locked.
Hello, friends. I just got some beef stalls.
Okay.
What is it? Proficiency plus.
Sleight of hand.
Proficiency plus 2.
I'm
Right.
glad you got those because I still have my tinker tools up.
Yeah, no, I knew you did. And I remembered this during the week, and I messaged Charlie being like, "Can I please steal my girlfriends?" Not girlfriends. That's an 11.
So it's been a while. Did you actually were you the one that picked the lock on the way in? Not sure if you were. You literally just went to get these, so you're getting used to them. You feel that each of the tumblers, they're old and rusted, and they just won't budge.
Clayton, did I have a go?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. He leans over. You give him a hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to roll or shall I?
You do it. It's your character.
Okay. Yeah, it's an 18.
Sweet old Clayton.
Yeah, he's a little rusty as well, and you can see him struggling with the same thing, and it opens. but the door is pretty wedged shut, and you see him grab it, and he's like, and he pulls it forward, and it seems like it's swollen, and as he opens it, there's a loud squeak of the wood out of the frame, and this about 2 inches of foul water just spills out over his feet and around you guys, and it stinks.
Can you do some prestidigitation up at this bitch?
I mean, yeah, I can clean this up, but I can't make all that water go away.
It smells of
like not as shit.
It doesn't smell of sewage too much. It's like an overwhelming stale water at the moment.
Been sat there for a very long time.
Yeah. And as he opens it, a little bit of the light shines in, and for those of you with dark vision, everyone with dark vision, right? You can see about 20 feet in, there's a hole in the ground. And then that's it. There's a wall and a hole in the ground before
Like a
it.
purposeful hole in the ground?
Yeah, it looks like it's been built in. Yeah.
Okay.
I will reach into my sack of chest holding. And
Sack of chest holding is vile.
I'll reach into my sack.
Of chest
I'm
holding.
gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out my rope and one of the pittons that I bought.
Cool. As you go in, Nora, you see there is a ladder that's been mounted onto the floor. You guys are just looking.
I also just want to. I have pittons. You did not need to buy pittons. They are part of adventuring starting kits.
Everyone needs pittons.
Maybe he wanted his own pitten.
They're slightly fancier ones.
But now we can have 2 ropes.
They have shiny bits on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're diamond encrusted.
It is dark. You hear the dripping of water that Freya would have heard through the door. It's a bit sloshy. Who's going in first?
I've got light as
How
well.
deep is it?
Are you looking down it?
Yeah.
Okay. So who's in first? Freya and
Yeah, I've
you,
got
yeah.
light.
So you both walk in. You walk in next to Aura. He's holding his sword up, and as you peer down, it goes down and beyond the edge of his light.
Is there like a stone or something around?
Sure. Yeah. There's like some damp rocks.
Yeah,
Clods of mud.
I'm just gonna grab like a small one, cast light on that, and just drop it down and see how far it goes.
Sure. So you cast light on this clump of rock, this clump of like mud and sand, and as you drop it, it illuminates the sides in the line like a donut, and it falls, and then just out of sight, so it's just over 60 feet, it hits, and the light evaporates as the clod explodes.
So 60 feet down.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Who's going first?
sure. I'll cast light on just probably like the back of my shoulder or something.
Yeah, sure.
And just start climbing down.
Okay.
And then, when I get about halfway, I'll recast it and I'll cast it on like a piece of the ladder or something.
Yeah, you can do
to light
that.
up halfway down.
That's cool.
on that.
So you can all see completely all the way down now, and you all make your way down unless anyone's got any objections.
No, I would just
Can't
like
stay
to.
here, guys.
Now you guys have fun.
Those are very Eugene things too.
I would just like to. I'm gonna get one of my bandanas and tie it around like my mouth and nose to try and like
Yeah,
avoid the stench a little bit.
If I see you do it, I'll do the same.
sure, no problem. So as the other guys make their way down, you that's no problem at all. Okay.
He's not dead.
So you make your way down the ladder, and at the base, you splash Aura into about 6 inches of foul water. The smell is stronger down here.
Half Eugene's height.
Oh no! 6 inches. And as you look out,
Ron overcompensates for more 6 inches anyway. This is 6 inches.
and as you look out, you
Right.
can see a tunnel in complete darkness that bends ahead of you. It's made of a dark sandstone brick. It's slick, and it's very dark down here.
I fear I'm never going to get the smell out of my boots. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, you're gonna have to replace them.
I feel like this is like
I've had these boots for a
knee
long
high on
time.
Eugene.
Roll a perception check.
Us bickering in the background.
When everyone's down, I'll just recast light on the sword.
Sure.
Nice.
My
25.
mama bought me these boots.
Yeah, the dripping is constant. You hear the echoing of every now and again a splash, but it's very quiet other than the water sounds.
Is there just one way to go?
Yeah, so as you were to walk, you walk forward, it bends around to the left, and then pretty soon after that you see a small alcove on the right with some metal grates up on the side, and then another tunnel on your left that bends around further. But this one also goes forward, so there's 3 separate routes you can go. This one you can see it's got like some grates and a sort of metal door about 8 inches long, and the other side curves around, and then ahead of you straight and then curves to the right again.
From my 1 knowledge of the city and 2 having been down here, have I ever gone this far down?
No.
Okay.
In fact, it's it's surprising that this much is down here. Usually those tunnels that you would have used when you were younger, they were the dry ones that you used to come in, and there are a few of them dotted around, but it's kind of strange to see this down here.
Are the strands still going down?
Would I still have...
It's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, just as you touched down and it was about to fade, you would have another one of these would have passed your vision and gone off into the depths of the tunnels.
Do we want to cast a map?
Yeah, I was just going to say, if we've got 10 minutes, I could get us a map and...
Whilst he's doing that, can I have a look for some mushrooms, please, seeing as it's dark and damp?
Sure.
I will help.
Okay, roll a nature check.
Yeah, if he's going
might
to
try
be making a
something
map,
funky.
I'll patrol cast detect magic as well.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
If someone wants to copy
Are you going to
I
roll
might
as well?
try and do
Do
something
you want
funky
to
with it.
roll with advantage?
Yeah, sure.
Can he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, wait, are you actually foraging, Mike? Sorry,
Yes.
Eugene, if you can roll a D100.
Cool.
And this is kind of you assessing the area, figuring out if there's going to be any of this stuff available.
48.
Okay. You get the feeling that from looking at the water, the staleness of it, this is the kind of environment where if it was outside and maybe where you're from, you would get insects laying eggs, you would get things that grow in still water, molds and maybe even mosses and sometimes fungi. But you also get the feeling...
I'm a real fun guy.
You also get the feeling that it could be quite a good place to look for poisonous reagents. So now you can roll your nature check.
What about culinary ingredients?
Those aren't spices.
Some magic mushrooms.
20, not natural.
Very nice. You successfully harvest. So you find in one of the cracks in the old bricks, it's a moss, and it's developed a horrible yellow slime on the outside, and you successfully scrape some off into a vial, and you have a common poisonous reagent.
Oh, cool. I'll put that down as crack moss.
You wouldn't know what it's called, so let's go with it.
So for map, I'm going to use my nicer paper.
Sure.
So it gives a better quality map, and it marks any notable structures, roadways, or paths within 1,000 feet of us.
Okay. So you hold out this nice paper because you don't want it to touch the water.
Yeah. And
you place the compass underneath your hand. And for those watching, the black sand inside the glass, it's almost fine as dust, and it starts turning within this little dome of the compass, and it goes bleach white, and the moment it changes colour, the ink bleeds out from the compass over the map and starts drawing a space in front of you. At this elevation, you see that the paths ahead of you, one of them, the one ahead, bends and then turns right, and that turns into a wider space with sort of 2 nodules, and then it hits a tunnel that extends off to the left and then disappears, possibly at a different elevation. And then to the left, you see a huge open circle of a space, probably about 60 feet to 100 feet wide, depending on the elevation as well. that's probably all I can give you. There's main structures. You can see that there's lots of different bits of openings within the ground, but at this elevation you get the feeling that there's a lot more deep. But to your right and up to your right, it looks like that's where the pathway extends into somewhere else. The rest could sort of go off into dead ends.
But there's a room on the left.
To the far left, yes.
I feel like we should go to the bigger room.
We've got this for an hour.
Trace it. Real quick.
Do you want to trace it or?
Yeah.
You can sort of take.
Yes.
I would say you need to
lean
take at
on my
least 10
back.
minutes. You need to take at least 10 minutes, and that would be a rush job.
It was a rough idea.
Yeah, you can do that if you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 minutes.
Taking 10, you roll. You got a rough outline of what you've just got on there now.
Yeah.
Sort of traced through.
I guess it's not that complicated, so we didn't really need to do that. Let's go.
Yeah, I was
Which
just
way you
thinking
going?
like if we're going deeper, it's not going to be useful to us as well.
Do we want to go straight down, or do we want to look at the other room?
I believe we should look at the room whilst we're on this
See if
level.
there's anything.
I've got my detect magic up.
Yeah, sorry.
Do I see anything?
So as your eyes flicker into that state, you take a moment, and every now and again your eyes call almost like a floater, and you see one of these green threads that Eugene spoke about.
He doesn't help himself.
A floater.
I don't care what it is.
Nice floater. I got it.
I get it.
I
but
I guess we're in the sewer, I guess.
Oh, I didn't get that.
You big
Toilet
dummy.
humour.
Big dummy.
But other than that, it seems benign. There's no other magic that strikes you. But obviously you've got it for 10 minutes, haven't you? So
just floaters.
just magic.
Right, so
floaters.
we're going into the big room first then. Just have a little poke around.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do
Have
that.
a look see.
How are you guys walking? And what these tunnels?
Sloshing.
These tunnels are about 10 feet wide, so you can have two either side of each other. So what's the order?
I'm going to
I'll lead
carefully
the way,
stand
like.
in the very middle.
Okay, so you've got Aura
Because-
up front with who?
Oh, I'm not going to be standing next to anyone because I don't want my jacket to touch the walls.
Okay.
I'll go up front with Aura.
Okay, so Freya and Aura. Then
I'll be right behind.
Then you behind, taking up all the space.
Clayton, can you look for traps, please?
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Useful if you're looking for traps.
Expendable plate.
As he goes past, I'll pat him on the back and I'll cast light on his back.
Okay.
So he can't see it.
Just as kick me.
It's blinding. He can't see shit and it's blinding you guys. So yeah, he on his shoulder, illuminating him as he goes. And then we got you guys next.
I'll go with
Where
the
are
back.
you, Eugene?
I'll be behind Amaya doing the same
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
I
So
wanna get my
these
coat
two are T-posing in the middle, and then you guys are bringing up
Yeah,
the
I'll
rear.
just take another room.
Okay.
Freya, you're not from around the desert, are you?
No, not remotely.
Do you know what an owl is? Eugene wrote me a note and I'm going to pass Freya the note. It
This
compared
isn't
me
a
to
note that
Yeah, it's just it goes all the way down to the bottom.
I'm sorry, Aura, I'm not sure now is the time. Hold that thought. I'll catch you later.
Clayton's like, it's all good. Are you guys going towards the big room on the map?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you move, take the left. So you take the left at the crossroads. Clayton leads you through. You get to another T-junction, and he guides you left again. And then you all reach a dead end. And at the up against the wall, there is a circular door made of rusted metal. It's about a foot wide into the stone. It's got a handle.
Smooth.
Yeah,
That's more of a window than a door.
sure.
Does it open?
Are you going to try and open it?
Clayton gives it a once over. He's like tapping on it. You can see him running something around the edges. He's like, it's pretty fucking disgusting, but I don't think it's got a trap on it, but it's hard to tell.
I can kick in.
Be my guest.
I'll pull it first.
You put
You
it
don't
in.
want to kick it.
Pull or a push?
Dunno.
Well, don't you
Is
say
there
it's
a
got a
sign?
handle on the
It's got a
front?
handle, yeah.
Oh, yes, it's got a handle on the front. It's probably a pole.
Is it gonna
And
like
mine just
erupt
kicks it
with
shut again.
sewage?
Okay, roll a strength check.
Does it smell?
Who, me?
Everything
Or-
smells, yeah.
Is it especially whiffy?
Roll a perception check, and then roll your strength check.
Like
with your
compared to like
partner.
root juice.
I got
how does it-
21.
It smells pretty bad.
Am I pulling this or are you doing it?
Oh, you said you wanted to pull
I'll
it, and I
find
said
out.
I wanted to kick
Guidance.
it.
I will pull it with my weak little arms.
I'm gonna maybe step back at
Oh,
this
I just
point
lost.
because Amaya's thought would be if she kicks it, anything that's behind it would go back into the room.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not bad.
17.
That's your strength check. Very nice. So you really give it everything, and there's a and it budges, and you notice it's probably about an inch thick as you've got it slightly open, solid metal, and then you open it, it screeches, and water splashes out over your legs, along with
Oh god.
Oh no.
How many
Some
floaters?
floaters. Roll a floater.
along with
1d6
along with 3 huge, heavy lumps of something that feel like they're not dead, and they slap onto your legs.
I'm sick in the corner.
And splash. Whoever's not at the back, everyone else gets splashed by sewage.
Get splashed.
It stinks. It's foul. And there's a pile of these writhing things on the floor.
I'm gonna take out my sword and just stab one.
Okay, roll an
I
attack.
will also stab one.
It's not like a person, right?
In fact, roll initiative.
Oh, yeah,
everyone.
You've started attacking it.
We're literally fighting lumps of shit.
Oh, nearly.
They smell
Yes.
so bad. They are
Hey.
walking.
Wow.
I
finally rolled badly.
I'm not going to be stabbing one. I've rolled a natural one.
Did you want initiative or attack first?
Well, I mean, I'll give you this. I'll give you this one after we've done initiative because we're quick on the draw. So 20 to 25.
Me with a natural 20, I got 21.
Nice. Very nice indeed. I can't read it. I've rubbed off. There you are.
Maybe they need.
Oh, yeah.
Did I? Cool. 15, 20.
Oh no.
Good job.
I'm going to get killed.
I'm going to put
What's Clayton got?
Yeah, what did Clayton
a
get?
point. I didn't roll for him.
You always
got a
forget
16?
your NPCs.
I'm going to give Clayton this one because I don't have enough tiles yet. And these guys
Oh no.
are going to go. I'm not going to use both my 20s.
No, you should. It's fine.
Yeah, you don't
don't
need
need
them
them.
dice.
They need to roll d12s at most, right?
Oh, there's two
Cool.
types of thing. So you said there
10
was
to 15.
14.
12.
Okay.
You said there were 3 things and he's put 2 things up there. That means there's 2 types of thing.
Oh,
One bad one.
Is that
And one friendly one.
No, this is you. What
Too
did you
bad
get?
we stabbed the
14.
friendly one.
Very nice. Okay. 5 to 10.
9.
Yeah, 9.
2, 9, and
Not
9.
9 buddies.
That's Freya.
Looks like you're doing science.
Does.
And
What is this specimen?
2.
2.
Love it.
Is that one lick?
Further down, further down.
I'm just not
it's
on the
another
thing.
one.
Oh no, okay, so there are. We were lied
They're
to.
just
We were
like-
had.
Okay.
But they don't
So
need to get.
we'll do a little bit of surprise. So you can just get an attack on these things. They're in a pile, so it's a low DC.
That was a 14
Hits.
plus. Okay, cool. What does it do? 1d. 1. What?
What are you using?
Oh, just my sword.
Oh, longsword then. So
Yes.
1d8 plus 5.
Yeah, because I've put. Is this a d8 and then not actually clarified what?
So that roll damage.
Spiky one.
1d8 plus 6. So that is a 9.
Very nice.
Thanks for
just
the backup
realised-
on my math.
It's late. I mean, I'm the same.
I just realised I
Figured
forgot
it.
my other notepad, so I'll use one of these quick.
You know it's getting serious. We have to
Oh,
move
no,
pizza.
just like-
I've left my
Yeah.
pen in my bag. Can I put a pen?
What, this branded pen?
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, don't show anyone.
What damage did you do?
9.
Very nice. As you stab this thing, it whips round and hisses. It's a giant snake, and
God,
they
God.
begin untangling themselves from this mess. There's bits of like crap that's been caught on it. It's awful. It's like wet leather. It looks like they're wrapped in.
You mocked
That
me
one
for
looks
saying
pretty hurt
floaters.
though. Okay, Moxie.
Cool. So I had. I mean, yeah, do we all know that this is a snake now that I might have stabbed it? Or?
Probably not. No, you heard it. You will have heard the hiss.
It's a snake.
She stabbed it. She stabbed it. It's quite narrow though, so you're in the
I'm right at the
towards the
back,
back, so
yeah.
it's quite hard to see through.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I probably can't see what shit's going on. But I know it's dangerous, so I'm just gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
Actually, so,
You see that colour? What colour flame was it that covers you?
it's like sort of pinky kind of.
Yeah, this pink
purpley,
flame covers Moxie. It glistens for a moment in the dark tunnel. Okay, so the snake is going to turn around and attack you. Did you stabbed it? You.
Amaya.
It's Amaya, sorry, yeah. That was an actual one.
You. Hey.
Yeah,
so
that doesn't hit.
the wounded snake, it recoils from the hit and misses. You step out the
I
way.
hiss back at it.
Okay. And the
I didn't know you could speak snake.
the next one is going to attack you as well. Oh my gosh. That's a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. They started untangling themselves now. The one that just had lashed out at you is going to slither around you. So is Aura at the front, right? So he's going to slither around Aura, Frey, and Amaya, and it's going to go between Amaya and Eugene.
Oh no.
Okay.
I was attracted to the sick.
Clayton was up with you, so he's going to stab this thing as well. The one he misses. He's got all this crap in his face. He's like, "Oh, the fuck is this?" And he stabs and splashes himself even more. And he's like, "Oh fuck!" Okay, Maya, it's your go again.
I'm gonna have real issues trying to decide if I like Askeal or Clayton more. My boys, my men.
I'm in.
I'm gonna try and stab it again. The one that's gone between me and Eugene.
Cool.
That is a 16.
Hits.
Oh my god. That is an 8 plus 6.
So
14.
nice. What was that? Sorry. Yeah. No.
It's
8 plus 6. 14.
Yeah, it was 14.
Okay, this one slithers just past you towards Eugene. You turn around and swing. There's a slight ring as your sword hits the stone, and the snake's head just tumbles off into the side of the wall. That one's dead.
Grim.
Okay, Sentinel.
Can I get to the ones up the front, or do I need to range?
You can move through your allies.
Sick.
Yep.
I'm gonna go stab one of them.
Okay, so you move up. I'd say you're going to be you'll be next to Clayton, up right next to the gate with Freya and Aura. Okay, stabby stab.
So 13 plus 4.
Hits.
And I'm going to do green flame. Are they two next to each other?
Yes, these ones are next to each other. They're separate now. They've untangled themselves, but they're there.
6, so I can do green flame blade on them. So the one that I hit, whichever one I don't really care, which is a D8, takes 3 points of damage, and then the other one also takes 3 points of fire damage.
Very nice.
As a shoot of green flame flings off the blade.
Nice. So for those of you who can't see the combat, you see the head of the one that I might hit tumble and hit the wall. Sentinel runs through, deftly moving out the way of you guys, and then there's a flash of green fire. They're angry now. Okay.
I run away.
Yeah, sure. You've got enough to move. Okay, fine. What?
I can back up. They were all very close.
Eugene.
Do I see? Am I able to see around and see the two that are still close to together that Sentinel hit?
Sure. You can't see clearly, but you would be able to. You can see that the fray that's going on. They're attacking things on the floor, and you just saw Amaya take one of the heads off. So.
Cool. So I turn around after being sick, and just start panicking. Not a big fan of snakes. And I pull out a jelly bean and hurl it at them and cast acid splash.
Very nice. Does that have an area effect?
Yeah, it's 5 foot.
Okay, that will.
No!
That will get. I mean, if you that will get. Who is it? Amaya's probably out of range, but it would get Sentinel, Clayton, Freya, and Aura. Because they're right in the middle of everyone.
It's like the wind.
I'm at the same time. Can I move out of the way?
Yeah, yep, sure. Otherwise, roll
You see me
damage.
panic. Oh, sorry, he would panic and just launch it. Sorry. So it's a dex of 14.
It's a dex of 14.
Yep,
you
yeah,
say?
that's fine.
I'm good.
So you see, you're tuned in. You see him picking out a jelly bean, and you're like, "Yeah, don't do it."
They don't like sweets.
That's
Sorry.
20.
Very nice. One of them fails.
I also fail.
So it's 1 d6 acid
Roll
damage.
badly.
5. Sorry.
And Sentinel's half dead.
Yep.
Okay.
At least it wasn't Moxie.
So
She would be dead.
the splash of the jelly bean, one of them whips out the way up the wall and manages to miss the area of effect.
Did
The
you
other
roll
one,
for Clayton?
I did not. Oh my god.
14.
So you got a 14.
Yes, fine.
Okay.
He has never
And the
rolled
smell of
an
this
NPC
is kind of like,
property.
you know that caramel that's taken far too far?
Yeah.
It smells
Ooh,
like that.
acrid.
Yeah.
Motherfucker!
The burnt sugar acrid smell overtakes the sewage for a moment, and the snake is blackened up its side all the way down one length. Nice. Really nice. You did more damage than most people for a while. Because you damaged 3 people. Fred, still
Did
you?
you hit 3?
Sorry.
Oh, so that's 15
Yeah, can I
damage.
can I do a little sacred flame on the one he just hit?
Sure. Moxie, I don't think you moved forward, did you?
I'm right back still, yeah.
Yeah, so you're fine, yeah. Sacred Flame, on the one that was just hit?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
So he has a dex saving throw.
That's a fail. You got 6.
Cool. And I do
Come back to me for a sec.
1d8.
Very nice.
Plus, no, wait, I have to do it.
How is it?
Is it plus 1? Oh no, just 4.
Nice.
Sorry, I misread the spell. You choose 1 or 2 creatures and they have to be within 5 foot, so you're fine.
Okay.
It's not an area effect.
You
You can
choose.
pick up to 2, but they have to be within 5.
Cool. Take the damage back,
Fuck
guys.
for that. I don't want to use a spell yet. Not on these snakes.
Imagine, he still picks a sentinel, he just panics.
So there's a crack of lightning, strikes the one that's been burned. It singes it on the other side. It's looking hurt. Okay. Oh my good god, I can't read that. It's Aura.
Isn't there a snake in between?
Yes.
That's dice.
It's the
Did we kill?
Shut them.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's the
It's
one.
not that.
You got 1 and 2. This one is the unharmed one.
No, I did harm both of them.
This one has 3 damage.
Thank you very much.
It rolls. I was going to attack Freya, but it misses. Okay. Top of the round. Sorry, alright.
Alright.
Alright, to be fair to myself, it's been bloody months.
Yeah, we haven't had much combat.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so the one that was Sentinel only hit the, ran up the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
I will take a 2-handed swing with the longsword at that one.
Very nice. Roll that attack.
It's a natural 1 again.
Oh man. So you
where's the
smash
dice
a
jail?
you smash a piece of brick off the edge and it splashes up against you and Clayton, covering you in a bit more sewage. Okay, Moxie,
Alright.
top of the round.
Okie dokie. Okay, I've seen the snakes now. I don't like snakes.
So you're right at the back, so there's a fair few people between you and the remaining snakes.
Can I see any snakes?
Yeah, sure you can, but they've got half cover.
Okay, yeah. That's fine, yeah. I got a decent modifier. Yes, I'll try and hit one of the snakes then.
Sure.
Can I see the one that's more injured?
Yeah, we'll just call it both have got half cover.
Okay, cool, yeah, I'll aim for the more hurt looking one.
Go for it.
That's a 7 plus for another hit. 14.
I'm pretty sure half cover adds 3 to the AC. I think.
Maybe.
Might be 2.
Might not be anything.
Yeah,
It's actually easier
takes
to
away. yeah.
You get plus 2.
Half plus 2.
And you rolled a
14.
That is its AC. You hit.
Yay! I was going to do a chill touch. So it's,
Okay. It's a skeletal hand.
Yeah.
Flies through the air.
1d8 necrotic damage.
At the damaged one, yeah?
Yes, that is a 3.
Okay, so you weave this between the legs of everyone else, and it grabs this snake, frost spreading across the stale water around it. It looks pretty busted up. Okay, the snakes go. The less harmed one.
Yeah.
It's going to attack Aura because you just swung at it and smashed a piece of rock. That
didn't
is
touch my
a
rock.
15.
Yes.
It lunges out and the teeth glancing off your armour and splashes into the water. Clayton's going to try and stab at it just after it swings. That's a 15. That hits. And he's just got his dagger.
He was not prepared.
Oh, he's just got a dagger. Leave him alone.
Hey.
That's 2 damage.
Yeah, but sneaky dad.
But he doesn't have a great dagger.
Yeah, so this one lunges at you. It bounces off the armour and Clayton cuts it mid-air as it splashes back down into the water. Okay, Amaya.
Which is one that's closest to?
Sorry, point of order. Shouldn't he be rolling with advantage or anything, or are we not positioned to get advantage?
I guess you guys are kind of surrounding the front one. So, but he did hit. So
does
from now
does he
on,
get sneak? Is he that kind of sneaky?
no,
he's not that.
he does, but I'm not going to use it. But maybe I'll use it next time.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry. Just.
How
I want jolly snakes.
I know the rules.
How far am I from the closest snake?
Sorry, DM.
That's all right. So it goes you, Sentinel, and then Aura and Clayton are at the front. So you can just move around. You can get 4 around with the snakes.
Okay, we're just basically going to go to the closest snake.
Cool. Yeah, roll an attack.
Can,
Oh, sorry, Karen.
can I stand on it then stab it?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Like stand on it to be like, stay still.
it's not really an action, but it's flavour. So yeah, roll an attack.
Okay, cool, thanks.
I'm going to use their stand on it action.
Oh no. That is a 9.
Misses. So you go to stand on it and you splash a lot of water over everyone.
I just hang my head and shave.
We're so screwed when we fight something competent.
Okay, it's Sentinel.
That wasn't a snake, that was
Question: Are they
feces.
still within 5 feet of each other?
No, the hurt one has moved out, just out of range of the other one.
Oh man, my next one.
But there's a good point, Moxie. It's a small space, so you will get advantage when you attack it because you're both going at it from different
So I
sides.
wouldn't have been the next one.
Just gonna stab it. There's an 18 and
Hits.
a 12, so 18. I can't do green flame blade because you're mean.
Is this the damaged one? Yeah.
Yeah. That's 4.
Yeah, you slice it open. This one's crusted and burnt on one side, and you slice it open with the rapier, and that one's dead.
Okay, another go.
Dead snake.
Is that how that works?
Nice, Eugene and Freya.
We'll go first this time.
Where's the one that's left?
It is behind you, so it would be between you and Amaya.
Alright. Can I sort of like spin around and whack it with my mace?
Sure.
Spatchcock
Spell gets
snake.
fired with one hand, pulls the mace out with the other,
Yeah, okay.
Many bones.
and you can roll advantage. Yeah.
Chicken, that's like...
Take it.
I mean, it's gonna be. It's
You're just
gonna
like
hit.
surrounded.
Okay,
It's around.
22.
Oh, still probably.
It's only a d6. I need a better weapon.
Woof.
2.
Okay. Yeah.
Kill it? We kill it?
It's dead, right?
At this stage, there's one snake and all of you guys. So I'm gonna. It's got. Actually, no. It goes next. So we'll see what
Well,
happens.
Eugene's
I
not
still
had
got my
his-
go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. After
I'm
you
going to launch me a jelly bean.
For
I
that
thought you were
jelly
going to say,
bean.
I'm going to launch myself.
14 dex
Hits.
check.
Oh, I see. That's a 19.
You
Unlucky.
avoid the jelly bean.
Okay, so this one's looking healthier. It's going to go for Aura again.
Doesn't like you.
There's an 18.
That will hit.
Nice.
It's not going to like me with what I'm going to do to it in a minute.
Okay.
Is this a poisonous thing?
You're waiting in bated breath.
Yeah.
So that is 1 piercing damage
Just gum.
plus 7 poison damage. I need to make a
Oh.
DC 10 con save, please.
Can't save. I'm going to get the chunky boy out. Because
I read that wrong actually. I'll tell you the damage after the save.
That's 7 plus con 11.
Nice. 3 poison damage.
Okay.
Not
So
7.
it was 7, wasn't it?
I thought that was a bit high.
So that's a lot,
Yeah,
my friend.
So that was. Oh, I can't math.
It's only 4.
Yeah.
Why can none of us math tonight?
Yeah, 4 total damage. This
Yeah,
one latches
sorry.
onto your armor and it grabs a bit that's in between the 2 plates.
So,
And you feel the venom pulse through you.
so I would like, when it does this, I would like to grab it by the tail and smash it against a wall and cast Shocking Grasp as I'm swinging.
Okay, roll the attack. Roll that melee
With
attack.
advantage.
Yeah, also it's latched onto you, so
It's like,
yeah.
Just like
Fuck it.
Just like pull it off and
how does
Fuck it.
it?
If you hit, it's an auto crit.
Please don't hit.
You need better dice, man.
that's 9.
Right, okay, here's
Okay.
here's some d20s. Have my d20s, use the jail.
So it goes. This thing latches onto you, and with that thud of where you feel the poison beat through you, you go to grab it, and it just flaps around, and you're like, oh, and the lightning. You don't lose a spell slot, but
It's a cantrip anyway.
yeah, the lightning misfires from your hand, lighting the place for a moment. Ouch. Okay, that was Aura. Moxie.
Sweet. Cool. And yes, I see the snake like flailing around. I try and take aim at it. And yeah, it's enough for chill touch.
Half cover us still. So
The blue one has rolled
Okay,
better when I
but-
said
but-
to
yeah,
use it.
yeah,
It
no,
has
no,
when
no.
I've been rolling it. That
one
one's
is
for you.
really
you still roll with advantage though.
I did. So
So
that's
that's
it's range.
Oh, of course.
No, time out. It just rolled a natural 20 for him, the one that was been rolling like shit for me.
It's made. Matt's made in hay.
21
That's
to
yours.
hit.
Chill touch, yeah.
Chill touch, yeah. So
That's okay, it's a
it
1.
is going to be. Come off it.
Big numbers, one.
No. 2 necrotic. This
Okay.
Big healthy 2.
Big
You
old.
freeze the tip of its tail, and it goes black and solid, but it's still flailing around. It splashes into the water in reaction. Okay, Clayton is going to try and help out. He's going to try and stab it the moment it lands in the water. That's a natural 20.
Yay!
Hey!
Clayton.
Go, Clayton, go! As a 4.
Double.
So
you
that's
just take-
8.
Max plus.
Yeah,
That's
Max plus.
14. Yeah, max the 2.
Yeah.
So it's 8 total on the dice.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, so he slices this one over. It lands and then he just pins it through the head with his knife and it stops flailing.
How did we kill a god?
Fucking hell, guys.
Thought you'd be used to those. Yeah.
Yeah.
He pats Freya on the shoulder with his horrible, like, damp hand. He's like, don't open random fucking. Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
Just walks through.
Can I look at? Oh, can we go
Yeah,
through
we're
it? I
no
thought it was only 1 foot
yeah,
wide.
it's like a foot wide little
How
door.
is
And
he
he's
walking
just
through
Oh,
it?
no, walks past you. Sorry, I meant past you. Through your wall, back. It's a dead end.
Clayton
guys.
is this tall. He's
Eugene
a
looks like a giant.
You want to look in the
I
window?
want to peer through the hole.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Yeah, we're little rusty guys, aren't we?
Well,
Me
if
too.
I'd have just kicked the door in, it would have blasted those snakes back to the end of that room.
16.
So
Okay. So as you look in and you just move aside some crap. I keep stop saying crap
Literally.
because it's taken so literally in this context.
you have put us in the sewers.
You see there's like what looks to be bundles of cloth almost trapped up inside. And it's almost like a gully that runs down here. And where the water's sort of spilling up against it slightly and pushing back out of the door. It's like a bundle of translucent
Is this a fatberg?
cloth. Doesn't look like a fatberg.
I'm not getting anything from Detect Magic, am I?
No, not from this. So Moxie, if you come up and you have a look as well, it's kind of a little bit further down. But it has the it sort of has the texture of leather, of wet leather.
Is it people?
I can send Ansel through.
Yeah.
He could fit through the hole and have a little peek.
Zeal
Can
won't
you
go
bring
through
anything
there.
back?
Yeah,
Has he
it's
got any
little-
strength at all?
He's a cat, so
I,
he's probably full of something. If it's worth it.
I'll say I'll try and boop him on the tail with light, but I might miss.
Didn't it look like leather?
Yes,
Didn't the snakes just look like leather?
maybe.
You did say that they look like leather.
Yeah, that's that is a word I use to
Does
describe
it
the
look
snake.
like the snakes?
Roll an H check.
You're such a little bitch.
Welcome to D&D.
I'm gonna guide
ass.
myself in this one.
I'm gonna guide myself to figure out what this
No!
bloop is.
And that's 4.
Okay, so as you reach out to investigate it further, you pull a little knot and it just goes and floods out with a little bit of water and it's like hanging out and you've got like an arm that's got a bit of this crap on it and it might be snake skin, but it's definitely different to those snakes. Like it looks different.
Do you want it?
I'm not really a fan of snakes, so no, I don't believe so.
Get out of this.
I mean,
What did you roll for your
potentially
investigation?
so, but it
Amanda?
just makes me. It gives me the shivers.
That was a lot more. That was like 16, wasn't it?
Okay. So as you guys are talking and you're like taking this bit of snake, whatever it is, skin, it's thick and it's swollen, but on this piece there is something in it, like a little squiggle of either ink or blood or something.
Oh, like text?
Maybe
like that
maybe
bit
a
in
piece
an
of
egg?
some. No, it's more. It looks more like someone smeared something on it.
Oh,
and it
right,
maybe,
Oh.
It's because you said all blood, and that's what made me think.
and
of
that's
it.
like on a little piece that was on your arm.
Yeah. I mean, that's gross, but I'm curious. I don't know whether to just bring it. Does it look like text?
There's all of the mass of it's hanging out of this door.
Can I, like, with my mace, try and like poke it out
Sure.
onto the floor?
This is disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. So you work it out of this hole with the mace. And you accidentally cutting bits because it's soft and wet, and then it just goes and lands onto this floor. It's like sort of spreads out slightly onto the top of the water. It stinks.
Is there anything written on it?
Yes, there is,
Oh.
but it's hard to see. But if you were to take a moment and handle it,
I mean,
I can clean your hands afterwards, it's fine.
okay. I like use my cloak as like.
Oh,
is heavy.
What have you done this to us?
Why is it heavy?
I'm so curious.
I just have to touch stuff.
Yeah, that, to be honest, that is Freya's MO. Must touch.
I tell you what, for that, I'll give you a little detail of it because you hold it and it's heavy and draping, and it is when you place it next to these snakes, it's definitely a skin, but it's from something much bigger than these snakes.
Like
Or
a big snake.
either that, or it's swollen to such a degree it's no longer. But it takes you a minute to sort of look through it and feed through the different areas. They're just random squiggles or smears almost, and then you find a small section that's been scratched in a finer pen and in faded red, and it says, "Made, tame, hate him."
Made, tame, hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean anything to anyone?
No.
Don't
believe so.
Okay.
Do I know anything about like tales they might tell to kids, like things in the sewers to scare them away from it?
Sure. Roll.
Or would there be anything me and Ali have made up to screw with her brother?
Yeah. Okay. Roll an intelligence check for me.
It's gonna go well. Natural 20.
Very
For a
nice. Is that Ruthie's dice?
No, that was my gold one.
All right. Yeah. So it's not so much stories that you would have. Maybe the thought crossed your mind, but just before you were leaving for the desert, there were small rumours that people started talking about of things that lived under the city, but it was always a sort of, like you say, a fairy tale, a rumour, something said over boredom, a very menial job that people, just to entertain themselves. It wasn't something that anyone really gave any seriousness.
I'll relay that to everyone.
Hang on.
While you're looking through that, you guys have reached this dead end. The map showed you that there would be that open space ahead. So you were to look at the map and where you are and orientate yourself, you would see that it's past the wall, this dead end, that open space. And the rest of the tunnel you're in right now, if you were to not take any of the other branches, it takes you off up to the right where there were those nodules that you noticed that were off to the right originally. And that leads then to a large gully that goes off, down, or above, out of sight.
Yeah.
There must be another entrance.
I have this is getting back to conspiracy. I have a faint memory of a conversation that I had with Kaz when we came through here before we went to the desert. it might have either been with her or with Neffin, that the V family were taking / killing small children, and that children were going missing. So if we're thinking that the V family are getting even more implicated in all of this shit, if that's what I've written down is right, because I have this memory, like, loads of people started hemorrhaging from the V family about not long after we left, and they started hiring in humans and orcs and dwarves, and like the Syndicate stays pretty much within its own people. And if all of the servants and everyone's leaving, they would have been for a reason. And Royce was hiring in humans, orcs, and dwarves again. That's weird. Like, we never did that in. And then if they would, it sounds like there is a possibility that the V were taking people, particularly small children and orphans, down to whatever's down here.
Clayton looks over at you and he's like, you know an awful lot about fucking V family.
Oh yeah, you missed all of that. Hi.
Are they feeding this creature?
Roll an insight check.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, sorry.
Fuck.
Are they feeding this creature?
Kids. 13.
He looked pissed. And he brushed it off. And he's walked off to sort of wherever you guys are wandering.
Do I know anything about big snakes?
About as much as you know about owls. Roll an age check. While you're doing this, where are you guys going?
I guess we have to go down the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you slosh your way along.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get?
Is it an actual 1?
No, it's a 2. But with my modifier, it's a 1.
Yeah, about the same as an owl,
as
really.
much as you know about owls, then, yeah. So you guys splash your way through the tunnels. With the map, you don't get lost. You follow the same one that you're on. You pass the one of the alcoves that seems like a dead end. There's no door in this one. It's just a bricked up alcove, and you make your way into a set of nodules. And in here, it's like a well about 15 feet wide, goes up about 20 feet, and then ends in a dome, and then a small 10-foot gully, the same that you've been walking down, and then another well, and then it bends around to the left. And in each of these wells, there's old damp charcoal, maybe a scattered firewood. There is a collapsed tent. There are 2 bundles of cloth in the far well. One of them looks like it could be a body. And there's just a stillness to the place.
Well, what's happening here then?
Get out.
Is that magic still going, or did it flicker out?
Probably flickering out. Yeah. You don't get, for what it's worth. Yeah, you don't get anything.
I guess we're not the first ones to camp down here.
Who would want to camp down here? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I do concur with that.
Okay.
Do you really want to camp here tonight?
So as you walk over to as you walk over to the body, you see that the other bundle of cloth is another body, and roll an
divine sense.
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
No, it wasn't as good as I thought it was. Oh, that's only 8.
So the first one you move over, they're laying on their side with their face into the corner of the wall where the wall meets the gully, and as you turn them by their shoulder, it slops back onto his back. It is what used to be a tiefling. It's swollen and soggy with water. The skin is sloughing off their face. The eyes are sunken. And they've pale skin.
Pale skin.
Yeah, this one's got a pale pink. you would probably say that if you were going on instinct of coloured skins in Dustmere, they would fit the description of either the V family or Wakefield, maybe. But they've been down here a while. And as you disturb this one, there's like a from underneath its fabric, and a load of these tiny snakes just slither out of its chest cavity and writhing through the holes in its ribs and out down into the gully. And what did you roll? Is it again a 9?
Yeah.
He's got
an 8. Sorry.
An 8. Okay. Got a money bag. He's got a little money pouch, but that's all you find in the initial pat down. It's pretty gross.
How much is in the money pouch?
5 gold, 20 silver.
5 gold, 20 silver. Thank you.
Did they drown?
Did I ping anything off the divine sense?
And it shows you good and evil.
Good and evil, celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet. There's not hotel cover.
No, nothing's registering. It's just really disgusting.
Okay, cool.
After I hear Freya say, talk about how they might have died, can I try to ascertain how they met their fate?
Sure. So roll a medicine check.
I think that's a 9. Let's double check. No, it's a 6.
Okay. So the one that Sentinel was looking at, you go over and you know you need to examine the body.
Yeah, I don't like this.
And just trying to unbutton one of his shirt, like one of the shirt buttons is all slippery, and then a baby snake just is out. He's not having any of it.
Gross. We should just leave them.
I feel like every time you try to touch it, you're like,
Yeah, the other ones, just like I said, it looked like a bundle of cloth.
I think I can say with some certainty that unfortunately they're dead.
I'm gonna straighten them out so that they're at least at peace, normally, not curled up or anything.
The other one's missing an arm.
I mean, I'll still fucking try, alright?
I'm starting to think they didn't drown, because as far as I know, drowning doesn't mean you lose limbs.
Right, it could have happened after though.
Yeah.
Even we don't need to think about this. Let's move on.
Can we look at the tent real quick?
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
That's better. 17.
Simple time.
It's heavy with moisture, and as you quickly sift through, a few baby snakes slither out.
He's doing this on purpose just to piss us off now.
And inside there's not much, but there is a small bundle of cloth that's soggy, and that's about it.
All these snakes have inflammable fire.
Why do they have to be snakes?
Okay. Are you guys moving on?
Why couldn't it be butterflies instead? Spiders.
Okay, so you move out through the second well, past the other body, and you come to on your left, the space opens out into a half pipe about 20 feet wide and descending down, sloping a small trickle of water in the centre. In the middle of that water, sort of spilling around it, is a pile of something. Doesn't look like snakes at an initial glance.
Half pipe.
On initial glance.
Yeah.
That's the important part of that sentence right there.
You walk, but as you walk out into the big half pipe, there's 2 platforms either side, or 2 walkways either side.
Do me a
I
kickflip.
would like to walk on them.
Okay, yeah. So it's like steps up onto the walkway as the gully descends. This becomes a sort of walkway side by side of the half pipe.
They call me the gnomish Tony Hawk.
Before we go any further, I kind of pull Clayton to the back of the group and I just go, look. Me and Moxie, both V family. If you've got a problem with that, I do not have a problem with you walking away. But just so you know, I'm not the same as my brother, I'm not the same as my father. And we can talk about it later if you want.
If I didn't know you from the weeks in the desert and I found this out, and I was still with Duncan's crew, then I'd probably react differently. If you told me that I'd be under the city with 2V family and a bunch of idiots.
Hey!
I don't agree with that.
My IQ is very high.
So's mine. What's an IQ?
Don't worry, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
There's animosity between Duncan's crew and your people. I'm not Duncan's crew anymore. They're like a family, but what I did, it's water under the bridge, eh?
Do I know Duncan, the name Duncan?
Yes, so you would know that there are various gangs outside of the Syndicate, and Duncan is the leader of the most prominent within the Stubs. They don't really work. There's not like wars with the Syndicate. The Syndicate kind of see them as below them, and it's almost like as long as you don't interfere with what we do, we don't give a shit. But there is definitely animosity there, and you would understand why why Clayton wouldn't like the family as an instinct, especially if he's from the Stubs.
Alright, well, hopefully things are going to change with the V family very soon, so at least we can hope for the best. But yeah, as long as you're happy, might as well be honest, might as well let you know what you're getting into.
Sure, well, if we don't die down here, then maybe Duncan will finish the job when I get up there. He just walks up to one of the gullyways. I don't know if he's told you what happened with the reason that he was in the desert, so...
No.
Yeah.
He just threatened to kill me.
No, he said
I
him.
think Duncan friends kill him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's saying if he makes it out, then maybe Duncan will finish the job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, that might be me not making it clear.
That's why every time I was like, is he straight up threatening me?
Pushes him off the ledge.
He was not.
Because I will just stab him now, that's fine.
So you guys, if you're walking along the edge, are you all on the same side of this gully, or are you on separate sides?
I might go the other side.
I'll also go the other side.
He's going on which side?
Left and right.
Half and half.
Oh, and left.
I will.
Left.
I'll go right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, left.
Right.
Okay. You guys know which side you're on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the spammy people have gone on the same side.
Yeah,
Apart from
it's me, Eugene, and Moxie.
The muscle!
Team muscle.
Team Nerd Squad.
You're on the left, and the other guy is on the right.
Where's Clayton?
Clayton's
In the
on
middle.
the left.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And as you walk along the gully, it doesn't get wider, but the water gets deeper, and after about 30, 40 feet, you come to a large gate. In where it's made of wood, and right where the joint is, there's water seeping down into what's making a pond at this point. And the other side of that gate is water pooling and sloshing about 2 feet from where you're walking. So you're now 20 feet of water between the two groups.
Sorry, I think I've misunderstood. Is it a gate? Because if it's a gate, surely
It's like
the
a
water's
lock.
coming through.
It's like a lock in a canal.
Oh right, okay, I see what you mean now.
So and you guys are up above it.
Yeah.
And where the water was trickling towards it, that's trickled towards the bottom of that gate, and then you've walked past the dry side, and on the other side, it's deep water.
Right, so we're really far away from each other now.
Yeah.
If there's like a lock there, is it like something we could walk across?
About 60 feet ahead, you can see a stone bridge crossing over.
That's far more convenient.
Yeah.
Probably far safer.
But
also,
actually,
how long has it been since we got in? How's my
probably
hair
about an
looking?
hour. It's probably around now actually that it will drop any moment. But just to set the rest of the scene, you see this bridge up ahead, and it looks like past the bridge, it's the gully reaches a T-junction. So it's bridge, and then there's a T-junction of the water. The other side, so it will be on team right. Your side, actually, on your right, as you were to look right, you will see an archway. There's a set of steps that go up into just a small door-like archway, and it's dark beyond it.
Can I look around for like any like levers or wheels or anything that sort of like operate the gate?
Yeah, on your side, on the left, it seems it's pretty flat. There may be some, as you can see this set of stairs up into an archway, there may be some up there. There is a bit more water movement up ahead past the bridge, but you're kind of like on a walkway where it's just brick walkway canal at the moment.
Cool.
Can I have a look up the stairs, like just peer on, see where
Sure.
it goes before I go up there?
Yeah, so you take the steps, quite echoing. What is your passive perception?
11.
Okay. Up at the top, you can see small piles of what look like crushed bones and just muck. But it's dark. On the right, there's a metal door that's rusted. There's no door. There's no handle on it. That's what you can see without going in.
I'll come back down the stairs and relay that, and I'll just take the chalk and mark an X next to it, in case it could be a potential way out or something.
Are we all on the same side now? Can we cross
You can
the
do
bridge?
if you like. So the team on the left, you're going to go up ahead and cross the bridge.
Are
Sure.
we going right towards the arch? Which way was the stairs?
So it was on team right
Team
side.
right, okay.
I
So-
can probably. Oh no, I don't have this one yet.
So you don't want to go that way because it goes up.
No,
So we want to try.
it might be a way out if we need another one, or a quicker one.
Okay.
What did I
Is it
describe
locked?
last? No, the archway that he went up isn't locked. There was another open archway on the left, and then a sort of gate on the right that was locked.
Okay.
But all Aura could detect was a small pile of something and some skittering noises maybe, but that was about it.
Can I hear anything from the other routes?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Gate.
No.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Very
Or a
nice.
28.
Nice.
You don't hear much from when you're crossing the bridge. The water's got a little bit more movement to it, and it masks some of the sound from that side. But as you do pass here, you can see ahead there's a larger space, a bigger corridor with the other side of. So let me just paint it a bit better. You're crossing over the bridge to meet the other team, and this is at the T-junction. So the canal is now coming from ahead of you, past you.
Right.
As you're crossing the bridge. And over that new side of the canal, you can see there's an open space to the left. There's some dripping water, there's a few pillars that you can see. And you make your way over to the same side, to the archway. You hear maybe the sound of water dripping onto old metal from within the archway, but nothing else.
Flip a coin?
Yeah, I don't think my map's any use for now.
Senna, can you like see through Zeal's eyes?
Yeah.
I mean, so I could send Ansel one way, and then you could send Zeal the other way.
That's true. I'm so sorry, little buddy. You
It's
can
fine.
do this.
I can
It's
do this.
fine.
Can I go through there and
Yeah,
knock
yeah,
down
yeah.
the scarier
Yeah.
wet?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And if you do roll good, I'll see if Kaz will let you have a bath.
Oh, I'm having a bath.
So she lets you.
I can give one of them light. I don't know about.
That's the squirrel line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't have his stats. So.
Well, I'll probably switch. So does Ansel get advantage with sight based?
No, for some reason cats don't have dark vision.
Is it hearing?
Smell for cats.
So we'll probably do something else like hearing for him or something like that. But then he doesn't have a dark vision either then.
Oh, poor bud.
He's
Can I light him a tiny torch?
A tiny little torch. All right, you fashion a little bit of a torch.
Because he's like slightly more human.
It'll probably only
Wait, your
last a
squirrel
few
has
minutes.
thumbs?
but- He
Yeah,
takes
they got the little claws that they can like.
Yeah, he has got his
Yeah,
opposable
because he's a
thumbs.
squirrel type boy.
Yeah, he takes it in both hands.
and because he also eats his treats.
Yeah, he does.
He eats
Takes
his
it.
little meat treats.
Takes it in both hands, and then he's like walking with his back legs.
Oh god.
Poor little
He's
boy.
like waddling up the steps.
That's a sight.
I just kind of telepathically just be like, "You're doing great. I'm so proud of you."
Tragic.
I'll boot Hansel on the tail and cast light.
Okay, Ansel deftly lopes off towards the
Seal just starts throwing a bitch, but why does he get like Gaspar?
like what I'll call it the T junction. He lopes off towards the T junction of the bridge. And Zeal
little boy.
makes it up to the top of the steps. You seeing through his eyes?
Yeah.
So he goes through the archway into the darkness. You see the little light from his mini torch, and it's narrow. There's a corridor ahead of this metal door. Ahead to the left. He goes up into there, makes his way slowly in, and as he peers around this new archway on the left, you see an old wheel on a pipe or something, and nothing else in that space. As he comes out.
Like a cock.
Yeah, like a big wheel that you would,
could-
like on a pipe or something like that. What?
Are you just laughing at pipe?
I heard. Did you say cock? I swear I heard you say cock.
Cock.
Oh, if you said cock, I was really confused.
What, like a cock?
And then he turns around and he comes back towards the metal door. Then you see the light again as he passes near the archway. And this one's actually open ajar, a tiny bit, just enough for him to squeeze through. He's like, eh. And he looks in, and what was an old prison cell. There is a body laying there, and he's like, nope. And he just turns around and comes back. Well, does he? It's up to you. Yeah, he turns around and comes back.
To be honest, I feel like he's got slightly more free will than a normal familiar.
But those are the two rooms.
So there's a one with a wheel on it,
And one with a body in
and
it.
one with a body in it.
Cool. I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable with the number of dead bodies that are
Finding
down here.
so many bodies.
I would assume the wheel would release the water.
Yeah, I would assume similar. I kind of want to go into that prison cell and see what's happening up there. But we can also find out, like, we can do that while Ansel's doing it. Like, we find out what's going on with Ansel. Because what I'm thinking is, why is there a prison cell down here? And what kind of body is that down there? Because I need to build a better picture before I absolutely eviscerate my younger brother.
So it's a dead one.
I will
Well,
fucking
while we're there, at the same time, Moxie, so you're blind and you're looking through Ansel's eyes. He lopes up to the bridge that Freya and everyone just crossed. He looks down. The water's moving slightly at this in this one, and he goes over to the other side of the bridge, and then he moves down. So he's going left. If you were to be walking straight ahead from where you came, he goes left. And there's a narrow little passageway that he walks, and he's trying to figure out a way to get across. And he's moving down further and further, 60 feet. Eventually, he comes to an old set of pipes that have been wedged into the ground, almost like steps that go across the water. They're broken in places and they look a bit unsteady, and he's just sort of standing there like,
Cattle grid. Animals can't do it.
yeah. Well, they're kind of on their top, so he'd have to hop onto the top of a cylinder. And then hop onto another,
Cattle
Oh, I see what you
grid.
mean, right? Yeah. But he doesn't know what to do.
Okay.
He'll do it if you want him to.
That sounds like the way we need to go.
Yeah.
I think I'll bamf him back to me.
Sure.
I may have the perfect thing for this.
Bamps him back.
I'll not
good job, Hans.
light
You did
off then when he
Purrs.
comes back.
Can we not everyone has to come. I just want to go and have a quick look in that prison cell.
I'll,
Keep watch.
I scoop Zeal. I get a little tree. There you go. Good job, bud.
I'll come with you, and
Launches it.
when we get to the door, I'll just ease it open a little bit, and so I can see inside. And I'm gonna divine sense. I don't want any surprises.
Okay. So this wave of awareness spreads out from you. Nothing in there. Nothing evil or
undead
that you're aware of either way.
I think we're okay.
Just dead.
Just
Okay,
dead.
so you're going into, and that was into the jail,
Yeah.
the cell. Okay, so you walk in, the door's squeaking. It makes a bit of a noise when you open it, but you make your way in. This body doesn't look as bad as the other ones. What?
I'm not even kidding. There's like some sort of insect on the back end of Sarah's dice tray. It's coming round. Look.
Oh, it's a spider.
There's this side. It's gone behind you, actually.
Oh, I don't like it.
No, neither do I. That's why I'm like,
Pause, make it go away.
you throw it to me.
What
I
is
leave
wrong
you.
with you?
It's a snake.
Maybe through it.
I'm not gonna lie, if he picked up a spider, just launched it at someone, yeet a spider at someone.
What is wrong?
Really?
Yeah.
It's gone. Yeet it back at him.
I don't want to touch it.
It was one of the long leg ones.
I don't know where it
Yes,
is.
harvest.
It went under the door.
There's also one over there, by the way,
Right, okay, we need a new studio. Quick.
on the wall.
No, that's not. That's just a mosquito. Yeah, that's it.
much
It's
better.
Leave it alone.
Okay.
Well,
You
we're
guys,
gonna eat a
you
lot
guys
of
are all
bugs.
creeped out by stuff now because you're in a sewer.
But also, we
No,
don't
I'd
like
be creeped out by
bugs.
that normally.
Okay, so you open the cell door and you see this body. This one's actually like sort of hunched up against the wall.
Can I investigate?
Sure. Roll an
I will
investigation.
help.
Oh, I mean, that was pretty good.
That
That was better. You know what it is, bitch.
The red ones. Are
Very nice.
Yeah.
For a 22, thank you very much.
Nice. So this is a human.
Interesting.
And as you sort of pat him down, you find that he's got this massive puncture wound on his shoulder. Just ripped through his jacket, his shirt, everything.
Does it look like something I recognise?
No, it's nothing like that. It's much. It's huge. It's like someone drove a spike into him, stabbed him with like a big spear or something like that. Yeah, he has a book on him, a small diary, like a little notepad. It's in a bit of a state, but you make out some of the notes with that roll. You see.
Charlie's just like, books for
More
reading.
books. Where have we gone?
To be honest, my brain has gone Tom Riddle's diary and a basilisk has stabbed him.
Yeah.
That's where my head has gone.
Holy shit, it's Voldemort.
It's inside this little notepad it's a list that you find. It says chains, cistern, 50 feet right of the entrance, feed once week, 4 men.
Feed.
Feed it.
None of this is good. Has he got any chains on him?
Not that you can see.
Has he got a sister?
No.
I nearly bought some chains.
Aww.
I'm not even joking. I've got some manacles.
You're in the handcuffs.
How'd you put a manacle on a snake?
Oh,
With great
right.
difficulty.
This is grim. This is entirely grim. There's nothing else around.
No,
Natural
but
thing.
you do see with that investigation, you make out a sort of scuff line, faintly in blood, where it looks like he might have dragged himself in here.
Oh no.
Is he missing any limbs?
No, not this one. He just got a big puncture wound.
Alright.
Okay, you guys make your way out.
Do we want to drain the water in case there's anything in there?
We can give it a go. We're not 100. Yeah, might as well.
Okay, you go up to the wheel. Just you guys are in there at the moment,
Yeah.
so
I'm gonna send him. How far away are we from
not
everyone
far.
else?
Not far.
I'll drop it. I'll send a message.
Oh my god, good. Because I've reason watched like.
Why is the water going down?
What's going on?
I send a message to
Is it going
Freya.
down there or is it going up?
Yeah, that was my worry. I send a message to Freya and be like, "We're gonna fuck with the wheel and change the water levels. Let us know what happens. Is that okay?"
Sure. How do I reply?
Tell Moxie.
Just shout up the stairs.
So and everyone else is there as well, right? You guys are just standing watch.
We're just
Okay.
loitering.
I miss Lloyd.
You guys go in. You see, it's actually, and as you walk in and your eyes adjust, you see it's an old artificed wheel. that it does look like a valve of some sort. Yeah. But as you go up to it and put hands on it, you notice that some of the sigils on it have been slashed, but you don't know what they mean.
I message Eugene and say, I need you.
Yeah, on my way.
Send in the muscle.
Yeah, you walk in.
Comes to back up.
You stroll in. You see a wheel. It's actually a decent piece of artificing for something that would be used in a sewer. And the sigils that have been slashed, you can't make out what they once were. But if you roll an Arcana check.
11.
Yeah, like I said, you can't make out what they once were, but your instinct says that someone was trying to stop it from fully functioning but not breaking it. So it was trying to stop something but not the complete function of it. You would know that if they wanted it to be completely non-functional, they would have scratched all of the runes. Sorry, the sigils.
It's a bit bizarre. Because it'd be easy enough just to stop the contraption from working.
So it perhaps suggests that the full functionality is something that perhaps we don't want anyway.
That would be my assumption, yes.
Maybe it needs to be able to release some of the water.
And all of it. Or maybe it's holding back something else.
That would be my worry.
Sure.
What did you roll, an 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we do it?
Okay.
Do it.
How big is the wheel?
It's about 2 feet across. It's a fairly big wheel.
In Eugene's, how big?
How many Eugenes?
Just under half.
Half Eugene.
I will pull out my trusty crowbar and use it as a lever.
Sure. Okay.
I would advise caution. Though, be very careful with this.
I will be careful.
He clangs the crowbar. Okay, roll a strength check with an athletics check with advantage, because you are using this as a lever.
Okay.
What are you using physics?
22.
Very nice.
Sexy.
Easy. There's a slight squeak where it hasn't been used for a while, and then you get down to the oiled threads, and you turn it open, and nothing seems to happen from here. Freya, your passive perception.
Yes.
You notice that you hear the slight squeak of the wheel, and the clang of the crowbar. And you hear a slight rushing of water from further down at the T-junction.
Coming towards us.
No, it's just a rising of water, a rising of the sound of water.
Right.
Who else has a passive perception of 6?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can be
sorry,
a 6.
not 6, 16. Sorry.
Oh, no.
I was going to say 6 is very low.
Something for once.
Anyone else outside of the passive of 16 or above?
No.
Okay.
That would be lovely.
Foxy's got a passive
Wait, what about
investigation of 16.
What about Clayton?
That's a point.
Stop forgetting Clayton.
He's distracted.
How wisdomous is Clayton?
No, he does not.
No.
So you hear the rushing of water rising, and you see, after a moment, maybe these guys, you hear them chattering and they're finishing up what they're doing, and coming from the waterway ahead, you see a couple of rats just running in your direction. A couple of baby snakes gliding across the water away from the junction.
Guys? Moxie?
What's up? I don't
Do you see those?
Do I see the snakes and the rats?
When she points them out, yes. I'll roll a perception check. With advantage, she's pointing, so.
Yay! Natural 20 for 19.
Still below her passive. Yeah, you see a couple of these snakes skimming the top of the water away with haste.
Can you
should I
tell
message
the
them?
others?
Yeah. Yes, I messaged them and said, yeah, guys, whatever you did, there's rats and things are coming. And would I hear the water as well?
Yes, you would. And as you guys...
Water's a bit louder as well now.
Would you descend as well at that, guys?
Yeah, I'd go and have a look as well.
I'll stay with the wheel and just like, Eugene, see what's going on, and shout if we need to stop here.
I think maybe we do.
Okay. What are you doing?
Yeah, if I went down to have a look
Mhm.
and then saw loads of rats and baby snakes, I'd be like, yeah, I would probably undo what you've already
close?
done.
Water levels stayed the same.
It's risen ever so slightly, but it's not continuing to rise. It sort of rose, and there was the sound of rushing water ahead, but faintly.
So it's like got over a barrier further along.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll close it off.
Close it for now.
Okay.
We know where this is.
Do I need another?
Yes, you do.
It's gonna get stuck.
No, it's not. 17.
Oh, well, you roll a 17.
Yeah. The wheel snaps up.
Imagine.
Okay, the wheel has seized shut.
Oh,
Seized
no.
open.
I will take out the... Oh wait, someone else has got the half bottle of oil.
Did you say you needed a Maya?
No. I said I needed
savage.
the oil.
Does Amaya know it? Like, is Amaya aware of anything that's going on?
Are you asleep right now?
Are you looking around?
Yeah.
Roll a perception check.
And then can I try some shenanigans?
That's a 16 plus. What's my perception? Perception plus 3, so that's a 19.
Okay, so Eugene steps down, goes, no, moves back up. Moxie, you look out and look in the same direction that Moxie and Freya are now looking.
Yeah.
And the three of you looking out, you see one of these small snakes skimming the surface suddenly whip away quickly. And the water rises by about 6 inches, just for a moment. And with your perception, you notice something moving beneath the surface about 3 feet wide. The stench of rotting meat is sweet and cloying in your throats.
I know sweet. That ain't sweet.
The sound of water moving is like a gentle tide as something passes. As you see a huge shape reach the surface for a brief moment. What are you all doing?
Can I try my shenanigans first, real quick?
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm still up with Aura.
Sure.
Can I use thaumaturgy? Because I can create harmless tremors if it's seized. If the wheel is seized, can I try and use thaumaturgy to like? So they're only harmless tremors, but like to try and unjam it.
Sure. So this sort of all happened really quickly. So you guys have seen this.
Because I wouldn't have seen that. This is like
you're
when we
still
know
up
it's
there.
seized.
So Aura's literally just said it's seized, and these guys have seen this shape. You're gonna try and shake it with thaumaturgy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's kind of bending it. So roll an Arcana check and see if you can focus that down into the wheel.
Which one's been rolling good? Hello.
And while she's doing this, what are you guys doing? Who are outside?
Fuck you.
You're on an open, flat, like poolside pavement area, looking out into the gully with this huge 3 foot wide thing that's moving under the surface.
I would be like, we need to close that thing up, because my logic is if we close what opened, then the water level might drop a bit, so then the creature is
You're just
lower away
standing
from
there,
us.
though, while this thing's there. It's within like 10 feet of you.
Well, no, I'm gonna take a couple of steps back.
Anywhere
It's too
to
late to
hide.
close it now.
Up the archway or along, I guess.
I guess there's no pillars to hide behind.
I went back up before seeing this, didn't I?
Mhm.
So I haven't seen this. Oh, good.
What did you get, Sentinel?
Don't look at me.
There's 2 on the die.
It was a 4.
So you cast thaumaturgy and you try and rumble, but it's really jammed.
Well, I will send a message up saying, yeah, there's a big thing in the water. It's moving. I think it's alive.
Can I try Thorn Whip?
From there, and so you're gonna come.
No, on the.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still trying to close it.
Sure. So you take a step back. Is it a melee attack or a ranged spell?
It's a +5, so I don't know. I think it's ranged. Yeah, looks like it's ranged. Yeah.
Sure. So roll an attack.
Oh no, it's a melee spell attack.
Okay. Roll an attack.
It said melee attack on the thing. you
And
want to
this
check?
huge shape.
I just read first.
Make a melee spell attack against the target.
Oh,
Fuck you! Can I have it with advantage, please?
No.
Please?
What was it? It's a low AC.
But I still got an 8.
How's its AC?
Oh my god!
It's a stationary wheel. On the wall.
Never know. So if the attack hits, the creature takes 1d6 piercing damage, and if the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you. So can I use that to?
Yeah, okay, I would say roll a strength check with advantage. Or as an athletics check with advantage.
I mean, they're exactly the same. It didn't make any bloody difference.
But I've lowered the DC because you've impacted it. So those of you outside, you hear a flash of spellcasting and then a thump.
Still 10s, which is a 10.
You hear the flash of spellcasting and the thump of something hitting metal, and this huge shape shifts and it turns and it seems to be moving away back towards the bridge. And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Bullshit rolls today.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.